Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to another episode of the Beer Blades and Bushcraft live stream. I'm just checking to see if everything is going well here. Yes. Uh, Russell is asking if his last search. Yes. Thank you very much. So who do we have with us here tonight? We got Grace. Nice. We got Mark. Nice. We got Jonathan in the house. We got, me. Russell's here. Bringing the class, obviously. We got Simon. How's it going? We got a good crew starting us out here tonight. I do not have a beer. There's a reason for that. This week is so weird. Okay, this week is, and we're gonna have Mallory on at some point. Brendan, hey, how's it going? Tenenbaum, nice. Okay, so this week is spring break in Quebec for the students, and of course, one of my daughters is a student. And usually for spring break, she's in a video production day camp, but due to COVID, there is no video production day camp. And unfortunately, just in time for, not just in time, but she's in confinement this week because one of her little friends in school is COVID positive. So she got tested. Camille is negative. Okay, I guess she'll have to be tested again to be allowed back into school, but her class is shut down until at least next Monday. Camille's confinement technically ends on Thursday. Excuse me. So she's home. We kept her sister home from daycare, and we've been sort of keeping ourselves locked away just in case, pretty much. What that meant is I didn't realize, but I hadn't bought any beer for tonight's live stream here. Now, that is the smallest problem. The other problem is that poor Camille's got this week off, and today and yesterday I was supposed to take her hiking. Can't happen. So many things. I took today and yesterday off. So her mother proved herself to be a hero. Camille and I have been busy. Big box. We've been working on it. We worked on a bit tonight and a bit last night, and we got through 4 bags of 11. You know how Lego comes in little bags? I think my wife was giving Camille and me a gift there. But yeah, so we're it's been a really crappy break, and I ain't got no beer. But what I do have is a beer, not flavored, but influenced whiskey. This is the Jameson Caskmates. This is the stout edition. I've said before, you see, it says right there, stout edition. They also make an IPA version, but there's no way I'm drinking IPA anything. So I'm going to shoot myself a little dram here. Mike Morton is the one who suggested the whiskey for tonight. On my other channel, the Instagram for my other channel, I sort of shot up this picture of my my whiskey collection and said, I'm trying to decide what to have for tonight. And Mike was like, come on, dude, Jameson. So I opened it on screen. I'm just going to catch up with the little side chat here. Who's saying what? Also good. Hello. Oh, Brandon's here. Mal will be here soon. Hey, Foxit. Oop. Sorry. Not what you like to be called. But how's it going, mister? I haven't opened a Caskmates in a while. It's kind of nice to It's like a little coffee note. Definitely a stout beer thing happening there. A little butterscotch. Fudge, chocolate of some sort. Old North. Blech. So I just blew that and I haven't even had a drink. Old North South pause here. How's it going? Okay. He's going to time shift to later. It's just saying hi. All right. Have a good night, mister. Nice of you to pop in to tell us. And thank you for watching Time Shifted. Oh, in fact, I will say my usual spiel. Welcome to everyone who's joining me tonight. I hope to see some cool conversation happening in the side chat. Maybe people coming on screen to give us a little FaceTime, but also to those of you who are watching Time Shifted to tomorrow or next week or whenever, that means a lot to me as well. So thank you for your attention, and thank you for the comments that some of you drop down below. Thorhaven Farm is there. Yeah, we're well. We're well. As I was just explaining that we're having a garbage week because someone in Camille's class is COVID positive. But aside from that, what is... So this is what today's been like, and yesterday, because both of the kids are home. I clean up after the kids. The toddler, the 2-year-old, comes through and just destroys everything again. So what you guys can't see is that this room that I've worked so hard on twice in the past week, that floor is a disaster. Disaster. But anyways, where was I? Yeah, so we're all good, Thor. We're all doing all right. Oh, hey, Dauber. Yes, exactly, Jonathan. There is always scotch, but why not have an Irish whiskey tonight for to make the difference? I have very little experience with Irish whiskey, actually. I mean, aside from the usual Jameson, right? But I have almost no Irish whiskey experience. Did you guys notice I installed blinds in here? So did that scrappy old curtain fall during one of my live streams? It fell at some point, that wispy lacy thing that's been here since we bought the house. It just fell, and I don't know if it happened on screen or not, but I couldn't get it back up because it was like a little one of those, those rods that stick by pressure, right? You sort of shrink it, put it in, let go, and it goes puck. So the spring in there had blown. I should show you guys one day on my Instagram. I've got like before and afters of this, my former desk and this one. This motorized. This is a sit stand desk because why not? Where was I? Boom, 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 boom. Dr. Sharp in the house. Nice to see your name up here. Hold on a second. I've totally lost my space. Yeah, Dr. Sharp, because we're in isolation right now. Confinement is the word when you're waiting. Whatever. Because we're in confinement, I couldn't go and buy beer. So I'm having a beer-influenced Irish whiskey tonight. And it's funny because the straight up Jameson is, it's like it's a shots and mixer level whiskey in a big way. This I find is a much better dram, but it's really different. So if you like to sip Jameson, this could take some time to get used to, but I like it a lot. Butterscotchy, little chocolatey, coffee. This stuff you usually get from a stout beer, and even more so on the palate. It's got a rich, dark flavor to it. And it's funny because it's not that dark in the glass. It's darker than straight up Jameson, but it tastes so much darker than it is. Oh, so Dauber's son just bought a $160 Lego set with his own money. Which one is it? What did he get? It's like all the sets that I like all the cool Star Wars ones that I like and want are like $200 and up. I shudder to think what this one cost. They make a Millennium Falcon that is like $1,000 and it's huge. And this one's 1,351 pieces. That other one is like 7,000 or 10,000 pieces or something. Someone at the day job bought that, and you end up with this. Well, I'm trying to you end up with like a ship this big. And one of the guys at work bought it and built it a little bit after work every night for like a year. But I am not blowing $1,000 on Lego until I have a whole lot more Patreon subscribers. Yeah. So what did he get, Dauber? You probably said, and I'm just really late. Mallory's going to show up with her box of wine. Is that a card Bordeaux? Oh, Dauber, come on, man. Yeah, Russell and Thorhaven were both there for a live stream where Mallory got like 3 sheets to the wind and started singing. Still pretty dusty down here, but it's better than it used to be. But you know, Russell says when you open a box of wine, it's fun to sniff the little plastic nozzle. More live streamers should sing. Yikes! No way. Brother Love, how's it going? I'm not sure what we're talking about tonight. I was just giving everyone an update that my family's confined right now because there was a COVID case in my daughter's class. So I am live streaming in my pajamas. Well, this shirt's not really a pajama, but I'm definitely wearing pajama bottoms because who cares? I didn't shave today. I will brush my teeth before bed, though. I mean, you know, I'm not willing to give up that completely just yet. Let me just resize this chat window because I feel like, oh gosh, I'm so behind. We've only been online for 15 minutes. How could I be this far behind? Mark is asking if there are any Legos to attack my feet on that floor. Not now. There were, but I've been, you know. Hold on. Here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, Dauber, I know you've had a rough time as well. So, you know, we get through it, right? We get through it. Life doesn't. Yeah, that's a BS statement I was about to make. My mother always said that the universe. Well, I use the term the universe, but she says, you know, the world or life will never throw you something that you absolutely cannot handle. And I internalized that message, and it's been one of the underpinnings of my personal philosophy for 30 years. But I realized that that's a really unfeeling philosophy because, you know what, sometimes the world does throw something at somebody that they can't handle, you know, and by saying that the universe never throws you something that you just can't handle is just another way. And she doesn't mean it this way, and it took me a long time to sort of ping on this, so I don't think that, I know it's not deliberate, but what that means is that people who just give up and kill themselves are cowards, you know, and that could get really, really dark. So I'm just gonna ping. I'm just gonna like put a pin in that and move on. But like that philosophy that has been sort of central to my dealing with the world, I'm questioning now because it seems so self-important in so many ways. Hike with Mike is in the house. How's it going, Mr. Mike? Or Mr. Hike? And Austin, we got a good team here tonight, guys. Look at all you. Look at all you looking fine. Keeping me all cheerful while I'm in confinement. I'm not technically in confinement anymore, but we figure that, you know, we're being good citizens. Santé Publique suggested that if we felt it would be safer, that we should maybe confine and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, Camille, there's no choice for Camille, and they did suggest that we keep Clemence home from daycare as well. Yep, Jonathan. It's funny because when I was a kid, we never had Lego because it cost too much, and it still really does cost too much. So I never really had to do that, but I do know people who grew up with, you know, always having shoes on in the house. I can, Russell, I'll hold the bottle up, but you can afford this, man. This is a dead affordable bottle. And sending it to you would cost me like $40. So this is the stout edition. I'm so far behind. Russell probably has no idea what I'm talking about, except that I put it up on screen so that he would. Stout edition, and there's an IPA edition as well. Different colored label. Like, it's just a little more expensive than your usual. Like, what does Jameson cost? $35 or something in Quebec? So around the same in Ontario, probably. Mal is still taunting us. Oh yeah, I'll be there someday. No, Thor, I have yet to try any 40 Creek. It's on my list though for my other channel. Proper decor for ones with little kids is to make everything with cement blocks, even the furniture. Place a manhole cover to the sewer in the middle of the room, and once a week take a fire hose, or just make everything out of like molded plastic. You know, that whole, you know, the 1970s. Anyone who's done a lot of sailing on mid-century French-built boats will know that on the bigger ones, sometimes the entire head is made of this molded plastic so that you can just take a hose to it, get everything down the drain. I think the back of, not the Juke, but what's it called? The Cube? Do you guys remember that really weird little boxy car called the Cube? I think that was made so you could just hose out the back as well. I'm not going to go to the mats over that if anyone disagrees, but I think I remember that. Yes, I'm so glad to see this show up. Man, Water Walker, if Martin comes on online, mention Water Walker to him and he'll like, yes. And for me, it was a seminal movie. I watched it the first time when I was far too young to understand it. It just looked like an old movie to me, and so I didn't get it. And it was like, excuse me. Wow, I'm already yawning. It's been an exhausting day. I've been running around after 2 kids. But it was like an old movie with no with no action. And I had to look at it again years and years later to get it. But I go back to it a lot. I've told you guys about the YouTubes and stuff that I consider to be like comfort food a lot, right? And I've said it's Dick Prenneke. Why am I holding up my water bottle? You know, Dick Prenneke, Ray Mears, and Bill Mason definitely is one of those. Absolutely. In fact, those might be the top 3. The top 3 in that genre, I think, because there are other things, other genres I also like as well. But for just sitting back and kind of zoning out to a really calming, you know, hour or 2 of good quality content, it's those 3. You know, I was told after the last live stream where I was doing my Dick Prenicky impression, where he's like, and I took my axe and I chopped down 40 good, strong, trees, good Alaskan fir, like where I was doing that whole thing. And it's important to keep your axe very sharp. That apparently that's not actually him talking, that was some hired narrator. I didn't have time to check on that this week, but that's disappointing. I spent years thinking of Dick Prenicky as this guy who kind of has this old school way of talking in a stilted kind of way of presenting his information and talking about good tools and good strong wood. And so when I read that it wasn't really him, I was like, what? So if anyone knows if that's true or not, let me drop it, say something somewhere. Dauber, I'm dying for the X-wing, but the old X-wing, not the Phantom Menace or whatever it's called, but the old school X-wing, Luke's X-wing. That I definitely want. I have a Y-wing back there. That was the first one that Camille and I built together. I'd go and get it, but I don't know how many of you guys are really that interested. Do it, Jonathan. Go down the Bill Mason rabbit hole. Martin, or maybe it was Kevin, one of those guys posted something on the Book of Faces today about a documentary about Bill Mason and his cameraman, which I'm going to see. You're behind because we all know each other and yap a lot. Yep, that's fine by me. You know what, Austin? I pulled out such a cheesy thing, but because Camille and I couldn't go hiking because of the COVID entrapment, stuck at home, blah. What we did was on the first day of March break, no, the last day of school. Well, school, except she was already confined at home. We went in the back, did a campfire in the barbecue, and made s'mores. And so I dug around in the camping gear and got, those forks. It's like a 2-pronged fork for wieners, but you can also use it for marshmallows that extends. I got 2 of those out, and we made marshmallows and s'mores just to sort of really take away the burn of this being probably her worst March break ever. Whiskey isn't something you can chug. I don't mean, well, for several reasons. The top 2 of which are A, if you chug whiskey, you're going to burn the crap out of your throat. But it's a beverage that, if you can make a dram last an hour, you're going to get more out of that dram because it changes over the time that you're experiencing the dram. I spent half the time just nosing it, but I'm not here to talk about the whiskey. Yeah, I believe her name is Peggy, and she also teaches canoeing. Yes, Austin, sometimes it does. Okay, you got it, Russell? But it's not the normal Jameson, right? It's the Caskmates edition specifically. Thor, they won't seize it if you mail it right. The thing is, to mail alcohol is expensive. I order lots of my alcohol from Excuse me. That gives me a chance to backtrack what I was about to say. I order a lot of my whiskey from Alberta. UPS, the minimum charge for one bottle is $51, and the UPS charge for one bottle, get there the next day instead of a week later, is like 98. Canada Post, it's a lot more affordable, but like for them, for one bottle, it's about 38 from Alberta to Quebec. I ordered 2 bottles of Ardbeg from a place in Alberta, and the shipping was 40 on both those bottles. So it's obvious there's a big charge for one, and then it's incremental for larger and larger boxes. But yeah, it's redonkulous. You have to work that into the price of your whiskey. What's up, guys? Says Mallory. We're just yipping and yapping, chitting and chatting, shooting the shift. I forgot to put my usual invite up because I've been too busy trying to get caught up here. I think I just sent it up. Oh, it's the element in the soul. Okay. All right. Russell, man. What should you be starting to look forward for foraging an hour north of Quebec City? You want to talk to Mal, I think. She'll probably tell you, because isn't there hi.
Hey, for some reason I can't hear you. Let me just see here. I'll try to figure something out here.
Everybody be very quiet because Mal can't hear a thing. Look at the screen from Thorhaven. I'll just keep talking. I'll just keep yipping and yapping. I'll try to catch up with the chit chat while she catches up with the tech. I have no idea what he's talking about. But that question from Thorhaven, I think one thing that I know you most likely should not forage is wild garlic. I do believe that is against the law here, but I'm not sure if that's still the case. The thing is, like, you're kind of in Mallory's part of the province, so she could probably really help you with what to look for up there. Nobody knows. Because Mallory can't hear what I'm saying, I should probably say something fundamentally evil. But I wouldn't do that because I'm such a nice guy. Wow, that's gross. And yet it makes so much sense. Everyone's saying hi to... There's been talk about you and a box of wine. Man, I missed that live stream. I missed the live stream where she got like 3 sheets to the wind and was singing.
I hear you now.
Oh, now you hear? We were just talking about you and a box of wine.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. Apparently I missed an epic live stream that night.
Yeah. Russell came in and he's like, shots? Oh yeah. And we were already like crazy drunk. So yeah, that was a crazy night. You hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. Sounds great. Actually, you sound different than usual.
Yeah, I got a new mic. I should look different too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a Blue Yeti X.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people get those Yetis.
Yeah.
You definitely sound brighter, a little less warm, but more articulate. I mean, the sound, not you.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Yeah, the producer of those videos was Bob Swearer, Russell. So it was he who did the... What's the grammar on that? Was it he who did the...
initiation?
the narration.
No idea.
Okay, yeah. No, we got some. Because I was saying that last time I did a what I thought was a Dick Prenicky impression. What I thought was a spectacular, by the way, Dick Prenicky impression. And then I was texted, or no, a comment popped up down below that live stream saying, by the way, did you know it wasn't actually him narrating? And I said, shut up. All these years, I've thought of Dick Prenicky as speaking in this sort of stilted, I am not good with people kind of way. And it wasn't even him. I wasn't hearing his voice. What is wrong with the world? I said.
Bummer.
That is what I said. When I was bummed out, I took one of those sad Hollywood showers where you're leaning against, forehead against the wall, water coursing down you, crying.
I can picture it.
No.
How you been?
Well, confined.
Yeah.
So, how the hell do you think I am, Mel? I've managed not to shoot any children. No, you know what? That's a terrible thing to say. Camille's been really great about stepping up and helping keep a confined 2-year-old from going crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're not having terrible days. It's just we have some really rough moments.
Yeah. Well, we have young kids. I mean, we're bound to have rough moments. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just so scatterbrained. Oh my gosh. Like I got not enough sleep. The 1st of March, I legit thought that we were the 1st of April. So I did an April Fool's video.
Did I do my taxes?
I did an April Fool's video, and I was like working all week to get it done. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, on the 28th of February, I'm like, oh, this is going to be so cool. And I'm like, are we really the 1st of March? What the,
Yeah.
And so I posted it anyways. And then I had an appointment to go get my daughter's ears pierced on Friday. So we went out to the cabin to find out that it's this Friday. So we're going back to the cabin next Friday. Oh my gosh, I'm just so scatterbrained.
I just want to say to Jonathan, I am dying to try that bottle. I keep meaning to pick it up, but it's always like, it's one of those bottles that you don't just sort of pick up on a whim because of where the price sits. But yeah, I definitely want to try that. So if it's great, let me know. If it's kind of disappointing, also let me know. Because if I can save $100 odd, it's not a bad idea. But yeah, Thorhaven was asking if he wants to start foraging about an hour north of Quebec City. What kind of stuff should he be looking for? And I wasn't really sure if it's that different from an hour north of Montreal, to be honest with you, except that an hour north of Montreal, you're still in highways and kind of near Oka.
Well, what season is he looking to start foraging in, Darren? And yes, I was in a windstorm, like big time for the past 3 days. Windstorm, crazy, Russell. Like it's crazy bad.
Yeah, here too. It was rough.
Yeah.
Because what we were gonna do to sort of salvage the hiking that Camille and I couldn't go on because we can't go anywhere was we were gonna do like today bushcraft. The hell was that, man?
Sorry, it's my thingy that's on my boom, and it's. Oh. Sorry.
We were gonna do like a bushcraft afternoon and film it because she's been dying to shoot another video and everything. But like step outside and it's like, we're gonna go back inside. Okay, Daddy, can you help? And cold, man.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Cold, holy crap! Like it was okay when it wasn't windy, but the wind chill was like minus 20 something, 28 at one point. Then it went
minus
to like
32
minus 20.
Here.
Yeah, no, yep. we weren't staying out there. No,
minus 32 here. It was pretty cold. My horses were like, "Mommy, let's go inside."
Yeah. I like what Russell says here. Amazon needs to start carrying booze, but at good prices. None of this LCBO pricing shite. Well, Russell, if we lived in the United Kingdom, we could be ordering our booze off of Amazon. Like us, the States, Australia, and a few other countries, you can't order booze online, or you can't like order from outside the country and all that stuff. So it really does suck to be us.
Yeah. Russell, when it gets really windy, he's like, I start to worry about that guy who built the cabin, didn't know what he was doing.
Mm.
Yeah, well, that guy,
Yeah.
Yeah, I never know. Never know.
You never do.
What wind specs did we have? Man, oh man, it was so strong. I don't know
I'm
exactly.
I'm like way behind on this conversation because I'm not seeing any of the questions he's asking you.
Oh, I'm just
There we
following
are.
the chat like from where it is right now.
Yeah, and I'm way behind. Mallory, were you in a windstorm earlier? This is what you were referring to, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we had really strong winds. I would say like 70 kilometers an hour, maybe a little more.
Mm-hmm. Thor says, so I downloaded some big files from Norway about their old tree log wood preservation techniques as well, and I want to start doing it for use for building, but I don't think I'll live that long. Some of those techniques are very time intensive. But yeah, that's cool. Am I caught up? No.
Hey, Dennis is here.
Dennis is here.
He says, it's not 11 and I'm here. Yeehaw.
Yeah. But I'm so far behind in the chat that I missed him showing up.
Mark wants a trial version.
Does he? Hey, yeah. Boom, I'm caught up. Am I caught up? Hi, Dennis. Jonathan says that the Port Charlotte is a great whiskey, not as smoke forward as Lafroig or Lagavulin, but I think it would hit all your key parts. Did you record that?
Yeah, I did. I got it on demand. It's a YouTube video.
Really?
Yeah.
Jonathan, yes, that's right up my alley. Amazing. Dennis says, hi, Mallory and Jess, everyone in the chat, even Russell. Even Russell. It looks like Russell rubs everybody the right way. I will again drop the link in the chat for if anyone else wants to come up. But yeah, the wind today was unreal.
Yeah, it was. But like not yesterday, but then like the night before was the worst here. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like the house, it's an 1800s house, so when we get really big winds, the house shakes. We're upstairs, it just shakes. It's like a earthquake. It's crazy.
They don't build them like that anymore.
No, they don't. Man, I went down to one live stream a month on my channel. I'm only doing the first Wednesday of every month, and I'm gonna miss my first one.
Oh Christ!
Yeah, why? Because I mixed up the ear piercing of my children.
Oh,
I'm so scatterbrained.
Oh well.
Can't believe
Mallory, you're gonna miss your own damned.
Yeah.
What the hell? Hey, Colin.
Hey, Colin. Hey, Cliff. Hey, Grace.
Everyone's here.
Yeah,
whole family. The whole gang. In fact, these are all people who I met through you.
Yeah. I think so.
Dennis, I want to know how your live stream went tonight, because I'm looking forward to watching it. I might start while I'm doing the dishes later on tonight, or I'll just watch it tomorrow while I'm, tomorrow morning while I'm doing.
I miss it. I'm going to be completely off grid until Friday, very late.
Why?
I'm going to the cabin.
Oh, right.
And there's like zero reception. I'll maybe be able to send like a message, but like once in a while.
Right.
And it's completely off grid.
Okay. Sounds amazing, to be straight with you. Yeah. Sounds amazing. I would love to spend a week completely off grid, because I feel that I have to reset that part of my life a little bit. Yeah. Little note from Thorhaven. What the hell's his name again?
It's Darren.
Darren.
Yeah. I went to his house the other day.
Yeah. Wait, that was the pic you put up on one of the social media?
I did a video on it actually. I went to his place. I went to check out his greenhouse.
His greenhouse, yes, okay.
Yeah.
What are people talking about on the side here?
Yeah, I am too busy.
What is going
I need
on?
a calendar. Like I actually do have a calendar. I need to set it up. I'm gonna set
Who are
it up.
you talking about? The recipe for green arrows chili recipe. Who are you talking to? Because hey, if you're sending chili recipes around, I might be interested. Hey, how's it going? Mr. Primal Edge is in the house.
Hello. Oh my gosh, this is a bad idea.
What are you doing?
I'm looking at my calendar. I'm like, I gotta hang my calendar up. But it's oh my gosh, it's like delicious food on it.
Yeah.
Not a good idea. I'm so hungry.
I made pork chops and Brussels sprouts and leftover rice today. I know they say that you're not supposed to reheat rice, but
What? I reheat rice all the time. Oh yeah, this
so
looks
do I.
good.
But the pork chops are like this thick. So I was like, how the hell long do I cook these for? So, I seared and then I dropped the heat way down so I could cook them for longer. But I think I did them like 10 minutes too long. They weren't like rubbery or anything, and they were still juicy, but they could have been just a little better.
Okay.
I feel that I didn't do it wasn't my best work.
I'm gonna try to change my mic setting to see if it'll do something real quick.
What's wrong with the sound now?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm on the right setting that I'm on usually.
That was not as good a setting. You've like all the presence just dropped out of your voice.
What? I didn't do anything yet.
Really? Something just changed.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody, tell me I'm not going crazy. Tell me that she just got a little bit quieter there. Did you move the mic?
No, it's set up right here. I was gonna go see if I can just
see. Now you sound better. What's going on, man?
I don't know. Maybe because I wasn't talking right into it.
Oh, maybe. Mallory, what are you doing? Why are you gonna be messing with your tech?
Because I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried the different sounds. I wanted to see if I could change it while I was online or if I had to do it before. Did it change anything?
Well, now I'm not sure because
no. Okay, wait, I'm gonna talk and I'm gonna change it right at the same time. See,
okay, go back to what. Yeah.
All right. I'm going back to that weird.
Yeah.
This is warm and vintage.
Exactly.
And
which is where you want to be, I think.
This is Broadcaster 1. Broadcaster 1.
Is there a Broadcaster 2?
Warm. Yeah. Here, wait. Broadcaster 2. Broadcaster 2. Broadcaster 1. Broadcaster 1.
Yeah. No, go back to the vintage one. It's
warm and vintage.
Yeah, it works better for your voice.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to keep it there then. I'm going to go save. There's so many more, but I'm not going to do them all.
Saturday or Sunday, one night, I spent like 2 hours doing little private live streams to test the various settings on this mic and to test my other mic, my more expensive mic, using OBS. I have OBS, like it's too clunky for me to feel comfortable using until I do it a lot.
Yeah.
But I have a good image quality and good sound quality on OBS now. And I was shown a site that allows me to do essentially StreamYard on OBS, but get 1080p camera picture quality.
Really?
But it's just the setup is agonizing.
Yeah,
it's really
tedious.
It's I'm there. I'm trying to get, and I'm having an issue with something in OBS. Like, I'm not picking the right sound input or something because online I was getting an echo, and I was like messing with it, and I finally just went, you know what? And I went to bed because I was just so like done just trying to I'm not good at teaching myself tech when I'm sitting here alone. I have two friends who, if they could come and sit with me, my Hackintosh would work like that, and I'd have OBS working like that because
No.
they learn in a way that is complementary to the way I learn. So we can both sit down and know nothing about what we're about to figure out, and we'll get it figured out because our heads work together and okay, we
Yep.
got it, and boom, it works.
Teamwork.
And I need that aspect when I'm trying to figure something out, because what happens is I get frustrated, and then next thing you know, it's 6 months later, and my Hackintosh still doesn't work.
I'm sorry.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, bye, Darren. Have fun with your frisky girlfriend.
What?
Oh, he's so funny.
I'm at frisky Quebec girlfriend and all that. All right, have at it. Enjoy your night, which I assume he certainly will.
Bonne nuit, Brigitte.
He agrees with me, by the way. Vintage.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm gonna.
But I
have
wanted
to
him to
rewatch
come
this.
on. I wanted him to come on and have that conversation with you about scavenging, foraging,
Foraging.
scavenging. Not the same. A little less delicious.
But yeah, there's plenty of things to forage. But it depends what season. It all depends what season he wants to forage in, and
yeah.
Definitely.
I would love to take up foraging.
There's so much to learn. Like my advice to anybody who wants to start foraging is start with like 2 or 3 things.
Just start with mushrooms. Right?
No. Don't start with mushrooms. Start with berries.
Mushrooms.
Start with berries. There's a whole bunch of berries in Quebec.
There's one called a baneberry that's delicious.
Baby. Or you can, and start with just a few things, and look into them. Make sure that you have 3 different ways to identify them, and the leaves, the color, and then once you're really good with those 3 things, then add in more things to your list, and make sure that you know the seasons that they're going to be ready to.
Yeah, and wild garlic, is it legal or not in Quebec?
It is, but you can't harvest more than I don't know exactly how much it is because I haven't found any yet actually here. But it's I think 30 plants or something per person.
Per year?
Per household. Yeah, per year. Something like that. It may be 100, but I'm not too sure. Because like I said, I haven't found any in my area yet.
Right. So. Yeah, I'm with you. I like wild raspberries. Okay, I know what they are. I'll pick them up. Mm-hmm. Wild strawberries.
Yeah. Blueberries.
Stuff like that.
Nuts. There's a whole bunch of nuts too.
I have never foraged for nuts.
Yeah. July, they're ready in the July period. And but you have to beat the squirrels.
Yeah.
Because they love them.
They sure do, yeah.
Yeah. But, are there elderberries? Yeah. Yes, there are elderberries in Quebec. There's I haven't found black elderberry, but we have white elderberry and red elderberry, wild. But
I fear white berries because of that baneberry.
Oh, but they're not white though. That's the thing. It's not even white.
Is it just a lighter color kind of thing?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same color. It's just they don't have the same properties. But I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't have the same properties. They're not toxic or anything, so we're probably going to try it anyways.
Jonathan says 200 grams, roughly 50 bulbs of garlic per person per year.
Yeah, that sounds just about right.
Primal Edge is being funny.
Russell, I'm going down to one a month because I just want to make more content. And I've been asked to be on so many other people's panels, and look, I'm here tonight. So these live streams are taking up a lot of time in my personal life. So that's just the only reason. I need to concentrate on my real family that's here more a little bit.
Are you experiencing a little less, a little bit lack of family time because of your YouTubing?
Yeah.
I really blew that entire sentence came out kind of ass backwards, but thank you for understanding.
I am addicted to YouTube. I'm addicted to social media. So yeah, it is taking a toll a little bit, and I need to like get back to it. But it's hard because Ben watches the different things than I do. So it's like when we put the kids to bed, it's like I can either go on YouTube or force myself to watch something, or I'd much prefer YouTube, and
Yeah, we have
so
sort of the same problem here. Like,
yeah,
the stuff that the missus watches and the stuff that I watch are very different. Um, there are some shows that we've watched together,
yeah.
but these days, we'll put something on and she'll fall asleep 5 minutes in. We've been talking about rewatching the whole Lord of the Rings,
Oh yeah,
just for old time's sake. I was just like, what's the point? I'm going to watch all three movies except for the first 5 minutes by myself.
yeah.
And she's like, yeah.
I love rewatching old movies. Ben does not. He does not rewatch. And so it's really hard when we don't find anything that we can. I'll be like, oh, let's rewatch this, or let's watch a classic,
Yeah.
And nope.
I rewatch all the time. I rewatch, I reread favorite books. I revisit stuff that
Yeah.
What about wild asparagus?
Never seen any of that.
Um,
Never seen. I eat something that looks a lot like it, and it's ready at the same time as a fiddleheads.
Fiddlehead.
Fiddleheads are really easy to identify too.
Yeah, they're just essentially ferns that haven't opened.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now, if you take fiddleheads not in season, aren't they kind of toxic?
Well, there is one kind that they say that you shouldn't eat, and it's got like the white fuzz on it, and
Okay.
that's the one that you don't want to eat. There's another one. It's like you see them. There's like this brown crackled dry wrap on it, and we've had them when they were a little bit opened, and it's not toxic.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't. It's just not good when it's opened.
Yeah.
So you want to
No,
eat them.
I thought like years ago that I'd read somewhere that if you got them at the wrong season, then they were toxic. But
Well, it's because you could get the toxic kind once it's opened up, because you can only identify them when they're still rolled up,
okay.
because of that either white fuzz or that little crackled brown.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to, and they're much better when they're young.
Mm-hmm.
So asparagus grows wild here in Iowa. Ah, that's awesome. They last forever, like 20 something years.
Asparagus?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because once you plant them from seed, you have to wait like about 3 to 5 years before you can start harvesting them. But once they're set for like 20 years. They grow back every spring.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hold on. Looks like we're getting schooled here. Fiddleheads are the curled edible shoots of the ostrich fern and are considered a seasonal delicacy in many parts of Canada. I said seasonal, sorry. Every year, thousands of Canadians get food poisoning because fiddleheads can cause food poisoning if they have not been stored, prepared, or cooked properly.
Yeah, see, because you have to boil them like down 3 times to get the black out of them, and all the tannins, and they become like, the only time that I've done them, I boiled them too long. So
Okay.
you have to remove the black water. So I did it wrong. Like, I boiled them, I emptied out the black water. I should have had a pot of ready boiled water already on the pot, like to do it 3 times. So like when it came time to eat them, they were all mushy, but they were really good.
Okay.
So like you just sort of dip them in when it's black, empty it out, put them back in another batch of boiling water, but not too long, until it's black, dump it out and do it again.
Okay. That's a lot of work.
It is. I had some with some white meat fish. It was really, really good.
I can only eat the white meat fish.
Oh.
So, but yeah, those flavors would go well together.
Yeah.
Like with a tilapia or whatever aigle fin is.
Mm-hmm. Or my favorite, halibut. Halibut is my ultimate favorite. Like, if you want a real good white fish steak, like this thick, oh my gosh, We went to a fishery this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Ben did with his dad, and he brought me back a steak of halibut, and I just fried it up in the pan. It was so good.
Right.
Love it.
Shawnee says, there's so many flowers that are edible, but I'm not brave enough to try them. Like hostas just doesn't sound tasty. And 100% of the dandelion is edible.
Yep.
But wait, hold on a second here.
Yes, Russell, you guys are my family. You guys are like
Oh, you saw that,
big
eh?
YouTube
Yeah.
family. Yeah.
What was I going to say? Yeah, the problem is I don't like to eat anything or make tea or whatever from anything that's been within like 100 feet of a major roadway. And so most of the dandelions that I'm ever around, I'm not going to take to make dandelion salad or tea or wine or anything from, because I'm afraid of the toxicity that comes off of cars and stuff.
Yeah. My gosh, I have so many dandelions here. We tried doing a wine with it this summer, but it didn't turn out really good. I don't know. I think it's maybe the amount of sugar that wasn't good enough in there, and it just tastes so bad. And
well, they're bittery, right?
Well, it's supposed to be sweet. It was supposed to be sweet because all you do for the wine is you take the petals out, so you have all the petals in there. And another thing that I did with it was poor man's coffee. I took the root and I cut them up and I roasted them.
Yeah.
And that makes really good coffee. Yeah. And what else did I do with dandelions? Oh yeah, but you can eat the leaves, but only eat them when they're young, like in the spring, because that's when they're the best.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan's out, so everyone say bye to Jonathan.
Good night.
Hike with Mike says, I throw all my vegetable clippings in the vacant lot next door. It has produced potatoes, onions, garlic, peppers, and an avocado tree. Holy crap.
Yum.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, my mom has an avocado tree in her backyard. Well, she used to in California.
Russell, you can grow beer. It's just you have to process the hell out of it to turn it into a drink afterwards. I'm just saying, as someone who I know someone who grows hops in their backyard.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people. We want to get some here too.
Yeah, you're gonna make some beer. Hey, Dennis.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Hi, Mel.
Hello.
For everybody in the chat.
Yeah, hops is to flavor the beer.
Yeah, well, traditionally the difference between ale and beer is that ale is malty, beer is hoppy. I way prefer malty over hoppy. I'm not a big hop fan, but it all sort of got knocked out of shape by India Pale Ale, which was they added a lot of hop to it so that these sailing ships could get the beer to India before it went bad.
Yeah,
but I like a malty beverage way more than I am.
I like a good IPA once in a while. Speaking of that, I think I'm gonna go get me something. I don't know if Ben drank it all. I'll be right back.
All right.
Grab me one while you're there too, okay, Mel?
Yeah. Grab a couple of bevies for the boys.
Mine's empty.
Mine's not.
Yeah, when she gets back, I'll run off and get mine. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll switch over to some bourbon.
I'm doing Irish whiskey tonight.
Yeah, cool.
It's but what the cool thing is about oh god, start that whole sentence again, Jesse. The cool thing about sorry?
Oh, I was just saying hi to Hike with Mike.
Oh, the cask mates, what they do is they finish in beer barrels. So this edition is in stout. It's probably Guinness. Because as I was saying to the people at the beginning, because unfortunately my family is in isolation right now, I couldn't go out and buy any beer for tonight. So I was like, hey, whiskey finished in a beer barrel. At least the motif is still intact, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got the
yeah. Your whole family's under quarantine right now?
Well, technically, Camille is. But because it's kind of impossible to we were really good about it, but she's on March break. And we felt so damn bad about her being trapped in that room that we've just quarantined the family, wearing masks whenever we're near her, and take her in the backyard and play around and do stuff. And like I was showing the boys, I was showing the peeps that because we couldn't go and do our hiking today and yesterday, my wife bought us this to keep us busy.
Wow. Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because if we could take the boreal forest out of the equation and you asked me, where would you like to live? If you could live anywhere you could, Jesse, I'd say Millennium frickin' Falcon. Hello.
What do you got? What do you got?
IPA.
You see that?
It's a ginger IPA.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
What's his name there? Yeah.
It's a ginger IPA
Is that like meatloaf or something?
from Ralebuk.
Ralebuk.
He was a wrestler.
Bam Bam est une bière
Bam
trouble.
Bigelow. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now I'm dating myself.
yeah. Dating
And
both
then-
of us. But as soon as you said Bam Bam Bigelow, I was like, okay, I know who you're talking about.
Accompany it, I got some flaming hot
Hot.
barbecue ruffles.
You guys are killing me because I'm hungry.
Sorry,
I'm
just
so
on
sorry.
My weekly after show Doritos right now. So
I thought it was.
Fantastic.
It's not wings night for you.
No, that's only when my wife was bowling, right? Or back when she would go bowling, and I'd duck out and go meet the gang for chicken
Okay.
wings and pizza, and then come home.
All right.
No bowling, right?
No bowling.
No.
Oh, that's good.
And by the way, Russell, I like your thought down there. I gotta get some beer seeds too.
I need to get me some bacon seeds.
I go grab a beer. I'm back.
Okay. Eric, who you were on one of my live streams with, from Eric out in Saskatchewan, he's got beer seeds.
Yeah.
Bacon seeds. Beer seeds.
Yeah, he does.
Yep. Hike says malt is more comfortable in cold climates, which is us right now. But in warm climates, hoppy is better. Same with wine. Cold climates, heavy wines are more popular, and the light wines are more favored. You know what's funny about that? My taste in beer and whiskey are very seasonal, and this is very recent. I used to be like Guinness or bust, no matter what part of the year I was in. But these days, I want something more like a brown or not an India Pale Ale, but I can do an ale in summer. But in winter, I like my stouts, and it's the same with whiskey. Well, with Scotch, I like smoky, marine kind of salt in the winter, but in the summer I like something a little lighter. What is that? Get it done? Is that get it done?
No, get it.
Get it?
Fucking.
Get it fucking yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh! Did you see that TikTok
Demon.
that I sent you, Jess, today?
I haven't watched it yet because I was afraid that I wasn't sure it was you.
Yeah.
You hadn't just been hacked or something, right?
No.
'Cause it was
I sent it to you. This guy is like, oh my gosh, you have to go watch it. You have to say something that's really inappropriate in your language that you'd say in English.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you have to watch it.
Raspberry. Russell says maybe I just need a drunk pig.
Yeah.
It's funny. Shut up, Jesse.
Get two of them. Make them procreate. And then you'll have bacon
Many more.
seeds.
Bacon seeds and beer seeds.
Beer and
Those
bacon seeds.
Stump knocker.
Right on.
Hike with Mike. You are not the first person to tell me about that IPA. Mark, here's a question. No, Dennis, here's a question for you from Mark. Been paddling at all recently, or is it everything iced over?
Yeah, I just replied to that. They're just practicing in my bathtub. Everything's frozen over.
Little Lego canoe.
Yeah. No, man, I can't wait. I got the itch big time. Every time I walk in the garage, see my canoe sitting there. It's like, oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do this summer. I've got a fishing boat as well. Like a 16-foot with a 90 horse on it.
Okay.
And it never seen the water too often last year because I was out paddling more than I was power boating, right?
Right.
So I don't know if I'm going to put the thing up for sale this year, and then I don't know. Decisions.
My dad had a boat when we were young. He said, my happiest day of my life was when I bought a boat. And then my other happiest day of my life was when I sold my boat.
Sold the boat. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Break out another 1,000. That's what boat stands for, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially sailboats, because that's what most of my experience is. It's on, and not obviously owning my own, but crewing on other people's. There's nothing like it, that moment where you turn the engine off and it's just the wind and the sails moving everything. But these guys are always pouring money into these things, and I would dearly love a sailboat, but I mean, just like if I was to buy a boat, it would be probably a 30-foot. I'd try to get like a mid-70s French built boat, probably. But around here, that the draft that those things create reduces the number of yacht clubs that I can select from. So I'd probably end up going to the Royal St. Lawrence Yacht Club, which is the one that I've sailed out of for the past decade on other people's boats. But you talk about $5,000 a year just in docking fees and stuff. It's like, it's money that as I become more and more serious about bushcrafting and hopefully paddling, that's where I want to funnel my money. I don't want to spread out on a sailboat that's everything's $1,000 when that means that 3 or 4 problems on the sailboat and I've suddenly bought myself a sweet Swift canoe.
Yeah.
And so this is the way I'm thinking about everything these days.
Well, my buddy Dan Maylott, one of my moderators, I've tripped with him a few times. He just bought from Frontenac Outfitters a 14-foot Echo. The brand is called Echo.
Yeah.
Look him up. Nice boat. It's like 40 pounds. Solo boat. Super light.
Good.
Yep. And it's a good looking boat. So.
What's it called?
Echo.
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 Echo boat. Ben's looking for a boat because he recently purchased a cabin on I think Lac Mégantic is like a 14-kilometer lake, and there's really good fishing on it. So he would have loved to have one.
Mm-hmm. And I hear the downtown is being rebuilt.
Lac Mégantic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting really, really nice.
Well, when the entire center of downtown gets blasted to a cinder by a railroad train, you have an opportunity
crazy.
to. I was looking at these Abitibi and Company boats. They're the ones who do Scott canoe. Do you guys know them at all?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
Because I had this idea that I'm gonna get a Swift, and I realized it's because all the guys I know on YouTube have Swift. Right. It's not because I've sat in a million of them and I'm like, for my money, I could go Swift or Abitibi and Company or, Novacraft and not know
my Novacraft too.
Yeah.
Right.
And not know what I'm missing by going for one of those versus the other. I mean, I see the differences, especially between Swift and kind of everyone else, with like the tumble home and everything happening. But, I could essentially just pick a boat,
So those are rowing boats, the Echo boats.
Yeah, it's a canoe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. You know what, Jess? Though every brand has their Cadillacs, right?
Yeah.
The only reason I went with a Swift was one, there's the mystique of having a Swift, but they do build some really nice boats. But so does H2O, and so does Novacraft, and Evergreen, and there's so many Scott canoes. They'll have their own canoe. You just got to find one that's within your price range, and it's going to suit your needs. That's the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
Because I will say this much: Swift canoes are bloody expensive. They are.
Yeah, but it's funny because so that's why I sort of started looking at others, right? And once you've made the others as sweet, like with you want this gunnel instead of that and all this, you're kind of coming into like essentially the same price anyway, right?
Mm.
It's like buying a Macintosh to do video editing, or saving some money by going for a PC and then upgrading everything so you can do video editing, and suddenly you're within $500.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you don't have the 5K screen,
Yeah.
but I would like it to be something Canadian, for no real good reason, except that to me the canoe is rock solid Canadiana. Like I've always sort of, and I will make the argument that the canoe is to Canada what the covered wagon is to the United States, right? And so if I was to get a covered wagon and go across the prairies, I'd probably want something American because it's Americana. Like that's the way my mind works. So I'd like to get a Canadian-made canoe.
Thanks, Mark.
I'm missing the comments, right?
Well, because my boom is on my desk. It's set up right onto my desk. So every time I knock my elbow, I guess you hear it. I'm gonna need to get like a shock mount.
Oh, you don't have a shock mount? Yeah, you need.
No, I don't. I spent too much money. I need to figure out how to get one.
Of those things? Like this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing right there. Yeah.
I got an extra one here. We'll talk.
You can set it with your ferro rod.
Yeah, really. Yeah, we got to get you making some fires with some flint sticks, man.
I do need to get one of those.
But you know what else I did? The shock mount will solve your problem. Something else that I did, though, is I mounted it up there instead of on my desk. And that wasn't because I was looking to save... Whoops. Tabernacle. I so carefully placed everything, and now it's all just ruined. And it wasn't really about saving on noise. It was just my new desk is a lot smaller than my old one. So I didn't want to have a whole bunch of things clamped onto the edges and sort of taking up valuable real estate.
Yeah.
I do want to say hi. We've had a couple of people come in. Wood Pigeon's here. Drop's Family Gardens here. I think I also met Drop through you, Mallory, right?
Yeah.
I've met a lot of really cool people through you. So
I know I have a cool tribe.
Yeah, your tribe is kind of magical there. Mine is too, though, by the way. Okay.
Yes, you guys are cool.
I'm just seeing if I can catch up with. I'm just seeing if I can catch up with the chat. Like at one point, you know what? Just gonna give up.
I really want to show you that TikTok. And that beer made me think about it so much.
Yeah. Wood Pigeon asks, how's everyone dealing with the curfew? The thing is, man, not everyone's got a curfew. Like, I don't know if anyone else in Canada is living with a curfew. Hey, Dave.
We just went into red zone here, so we're good.
Hey, guys.
Well,
hey, Dave.
Hey, what's happening, everyone?
Hey, how you doing, bud?
Hey.
Just chit-chatting.
Yeah.
Cool.
I started the night off by saying that unfortunately my family is in like confinement right now, so I could not go and buy beer for tonight. So I am having a whiskey that was not aged but finished in a beer barrel.
Nice.
So were you in contact with somebody who was positive?
Me, no, but Camille, one of the kids in her class, is positive, and she sort of did so I mean, obviously they shut down the class, sent everyone home until next Monday at least. But she sort of did the math and realized that the kid who was positive is the kid who is her partner for an oral presentation that they have to give.
Oh no.
So that was, and okay, I wasn't really going to talk about this, but those of you who've been watching me since this whole thing started will remember the story I told right at the beginning, where I stupidly brought Camille with me to buy some provisions when this thing really first hit. And we were standing there in Provigo, which in Ontario is Loblaws. And people are just elbowing each other out of the way and piling toilet paper and just road raging each other. And Camille just ended up fetal position in the basket and just shut out everything. And so to her, to her, we're living in, the end of days in some ways. And she's very strong. She's not spending all her time all panicking and stuff, but it's like if someone is sick, she's like, oh my God, was it coronavirus? Like everything is.
Aww.
And so having it kind of hit that close to her, it's not great for her up here,
Yeah, it's got to be hard.
The day that they called us and we all had to go and get our kids, the missus and her went to get tested right away. She's going to have to be tested again. That test was negative, but she's going to have to be tested again in order to be allowed back into school. And Santé Publique, whatever that is in English, wants us to, says that she has to be confined just in case.
Yeah. Thank goodness they don't have those swabs anymore, though. My gosh. Thank goodness.
I don't know how they test.
They do a gargle. Like here, they don't do the swabs anymore unless you're not old enough, like the little babies that aren't old enough. But you just take this water and you gargle it, and then you swoosh it around in your mouth, and then you gargle it again, and then you spit it back, and they test that.
Okay.
Easy.
Right.
Okay, Russell, you still pouring there?
Did you say, Russell, you're still pouring?
Yeah,
he's got shots
up on the screen. I just been fighting with my bourbon bottle for Mickey for.
What do you have tonight?
I can't open my flask, man. She's like welded shut.
What?
Holy. Anyways, cheers, Russell, if you're still turning.
Cheers.
You guys can't see me, but cheers.
Okay.
We'll take it for your word there.
I'm so happy I got my M50 set up. I can actually do like focus.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do that before, so that's fun.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to. I put one of my lights up. It's not perfect, but it's better. And I'm gonna, because it's a much smaller desk than my other one. I'm not sure where I'm gonna how to get my camera onto the desk. But I'd like to try at least once with my DSLR. I just got to figure out how to mount it. Yeah,
for my first live stream, I had my tripod right in back of my desk, and I think I should get a little tiny tripod and just set it right there permanently, just for my.
What do you use, Dave?
I have the Canon 90D as my DSLR, and then I'm using the art lens, the Sigma 18-35 as my primary lens.
And what's your how are you tripoding that? Do you have a little tabletop tripod?
Yeah, so I actually have my desk is pulled out maybe, I would say at least 30 inches from the wall, and then I have a full-size tripod that's back up against the wall.
Oh,
that's what I did.
And then all my cables kind of hang back, so it's all cable managed behind there, and it gives me access so I can walk around the back of the table and I can adjust my camera as needed.
Yeah, fair enough. And so is your camera just coming over one of your screens?
So I have a 36-inch TV hooked up, and the height of the TV is just perfect where the lens mount sits over the top of the TV. So all of my information is going to that TV as I'm live streaming, and then my laptop is in front of the TV.
Yeah. Mallory, what do you think about this? Do we let him be part of my tribe?
Oh, is Russell in there?
Yeah.
Am I part of this tribe now? That's up to you, man. That's at your own risk.
What risk? There's no risk. People are saying shots in this side chat here. It's like, what's going on? Hold on. Everything just went shunk.
Russell. Man, I was in his live stream the other night, and this one guy, I guess he was having his last Books Fest before his chemotherapy, and he was being a butt in the chat, and everybody's like, be nice, and I was so sure he was a troll, so I totally hid him from the channel, and Russell's like, hey, what are you doing? And he didn't realize that I hit him. He thought I just timed him out.
Okay.
And so he was gone for the rest of the stream. I felt so bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
By the way, on Friday there, during the Books Fest, I was like 3 beers in, like half hour into the show. About 6 beers later that night there, I was passed out on the couch.
I just can't do it anymore. I just can't drink that much anymore. Because I don't
usually either, but that's probably why I was passed out on the couch.
Yeah, I just man, I just can't handle the feeling the next day. You know. I love this from Russell. Funny story. One night I spent 10 minutes trying to open my bottle of rum, only to discover the cap was already off. So you were a few beers in before you started that one, I think, eh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss Books Fest again this Friday. I'm gonna be at the cabin.
I'm gonna be at the cabin. Well, I'm not gonna be at a cabin. So thanks for just in my face. Simone says you have a wall in front of you. Use it to mount your camera. Now I'm thinking of getting a wall mount for this light that I've put here, because you can get wall mounts.
Got it.
Poor Dennis, like I can't get my flask open. But yeah, I'm thinking of wall mounting the light. And
hey, X Junkies.
Seeing about the camera as well. Wood Pigeon says they gave a kid a ticket a week ago. The kid was driving back to Ottawa side after helping his dad. They stopped him at the border 5 minutes after curfew and gave him a ticket. Yeah, we've been really good because my wife works some long ass hours when she's in at the office. But she's been really good about she's just ridden the line of curfew a couple of times, like walked in a minute after or with 5 minutes to spare or whatever. But yeah, you don't want to be caught out there after 8 on a Quebec road right now.
That's why I'm all the way out in the country.
Did they just restart the curfew again?
It never ended.
No, it never ended.
Oh, okay.
8 to 5. 8 to 5?
Is it working?
Well, our numbers are down. So
numbers are down, but I mean, look at Florida. They didn't close anything, and numbers are down. So it's like, I don't know. But hey, in the news, breaking news today: Quebec is the worst province to have dealt with the COVID situation.
Yeah. Except, you know what? I think it's Alberta, to be straight with you, and just in terms of numbers per 1,000 people, they're actually a lot worse than we are. It's just we have, they've been worse than us for months, but because they don't have the population, it doesn't look like it.
Huh.
Of course, Russell. Good old Russell. Keeping it classy.
Russell's making icicles again.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Look at the pretty yellow icicle.
Yuck. Don't. Put that
when you drink that much, it's not yellow no more.
Just
in French we say it's plus clair, which means I don't know if that's an expression in English, but when you drink a lot, when you're at that point, what would be the expression in English, Jesse? It's plus clair. You're peeing clear.
Peeing clear. I don't know if there is an version of that in English. No, Dennis, look at my bottle. Look at that. Come on, right?
I'm still waiting for my Rain Dance Bushcraft sticker.
Yeah, me too.
I have stickers. I have the stickers, but they're not nice vinyl ones. If I ever have money again, Dennis, I'm gonna hit you up to get some nice vinyl ones printed.
Send me your logo and I'll make you a couple samples so I can have one for my bottle.
All right, I'll do that.
Do you use a sticker mule?
No, I own a print shop, so
I was gonna say
you do.
Dennis don't need no mule.
You own a sticker shop.
Oh, no, print shop. A print and sign company, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So do you do some for other people?
Rooster's here.
Yeah, all kinds. Like,
hey, did you do some for Ethan?
Yeah, avid outdoorsy guy.
Yep. Yeah.
Did his. Steinorth did his.
Steinorth.
Short Hills Beard Company. Tori Baird's. I did her stickers.
Well, then hit me up then on Instagram or something. I want to know how much it would cost for me to get like a batch.
Usually, it's usually around $100, including shipping.
Yeah.
Right. And like that's for like a 3 inch by 9 square inches, right? So 3 inch circle or square, rectangular shape cut, whatever you want. And I say it's 100, but you usually end up getting around 120. And they're like vehicle grade vinyl. They're printed on, and they're laminated either matte or gloss vinyl.
That's cheaper than what I was looking at then.
So what does it work out a per unit? You say it's about $100 for 120 stickers.
Yeah, so you're looking about 80 cents a sticker, but that includes shipping and everything, right? Like tax and everything.
That's good.
And you have access to like a graphic designer, or would a guy?
I've got 2 graphic designers that work for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Design would be extra, but if you have a logo already set up as a vector file, it's like no problem doing any of that stuff.
Okay, well, I'll write you a private message, Dennis.
I think my thing is I'm not sure if I'm really that enamored with my logo anymore.
I like your logo.
You know,
come on, look at me! I ripped off the Algonquin Portage logo.
I was wondering if that not a ripoff. I thought you were paying an homage.
Homage. Well, it is, but
yeah. I just want to make sure that I say hi to Craig Roost in the house.
Him and I go way back now, eh?
Yeah, you guys are old buddies now.
Yeah, Rooster, how you doing, bud?
Yeah, he's a good guy to know. He's a good guy.
Thanks for helping hook me up there too, Jess.
Yeah, no problem. Interesting guy. I have another axe related because he's been on my live stream a few times for anything I want to do axe related. I have another live stream idea that I kind of have, but I don't know if it'll really carry 2 hours worth of content. So, I'm still sort of putting the ideas together. I do finally have another interview coming up, which is nice. The thing is, I as you guys know, I have this black dog that comes and sits on me every now and again. And due to COVID, he's been sort of around my shoulders, and it's been really hard to get out from under him to get anything done. Like I have a large trip that I'm supposed to be planning for the summer after this one because I'll be 50. And my big black dog kind of sat on me and stopped all my work. And I sort of have to, get back on the horse. But yeah, so I'm going to get back to planning that axe live stream. It's not the same as your idea, Dennis. Have no fear. But I'm very much looking forward to your live stream on that. It's going to be some cool stuff.
Me too. Looking forward to learning how not to cut off my finger or leg. I'm pretty good with an axe myself, but I like calling on the professionals, right? So
I need to learn how to sharpen an axe with like a real stone. I need to get like a real stone to sharpen and learn how to sharpen knives and stuff.
Yeah, for my kitchen knives and stuff, I use stones. I'm pretty good with an axe. What I'm concerned about right now is teaching my daughter to use an axe and like giving her good skills. Because I taught myself to use an axe, so I learned things that I then had to unlearn. And every now and again, I still I watch, like I'm editing a video and I'm like, oh God, did I do that? And it's the kind of thing that it's a long process to unlearn something that you should never have learned,
Yeah.
And so I'm sort of, when I'm back into getting stuff done, I'm looking up anything about teaching kids how to use knives, teaching kids how to use axes, teaching kids how to, so that I can make sure that I don't really duff that up. Mallory, boom. Arctic Fox, Axe Puck. 220 on one side, 400 on the other, and just.
Yeah.
There is a video.
They're round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those look cool.
There are
and
2 videos.
You play hockey with it.
I'm going to take a picture.
Yeah, you can play the hockey avec. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. Craig, this is to you. Wood Pigeon is going to be building a Viking axe. Any tips? Wood Pigeon makes a lot of sort of primitive skill style things. I think he made a bow and arrows. I remember that. He's made a knife, a couple of things. So he's always sort of working on those skills. So that's I think Russell's telling me what my next live stream should be. Drinking and music carries a live stream for quite a while. The thing is, that's your deal, man. When do we start corn?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. When's your last frost date?
He's in the Gatineau area. That's as exact as I'm going to get on a live stream.
Well, as soon as you can start playing in the soil and there's no more risk of frost.
It's hard to tell that stuff now, though, eh? Like, it'll be like everything's warming up and then suddenly, boom. Like, my entire life, it's been, okay, wait for one last big frost in March and then you're good to go. And
See,
then...
Yeah, my last frost date is like June 10th. So...
Well, yeah, but you're... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up in the mountains. I'm up north. So, I have to start my corn indoors if I want to get a yield. And then
I figured you would
transplant
start
them.
everything indoors up there.
No, not everything. Like a lot of things I do, yes. But like you can start zucchini and squash and pumpkins in ground directly. And peas and des haricots, which is green
beans, yeah.
Green beans, yeah. But like all my onions and leeks and tomatoes and a lot of stuff have to be started indoors if I want to get a yield.
Okay.
We're gonna build a greenhouse though.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Wood pigeon. Craig says that it depends on what you intend to do with it, with your Viking style axe. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that pillaging Lindisfarne is not what you're gonna do with a Viking axe. He then goes to say that fear and pain are good teachers. Yes. Yeah. That's been how I've learned many things. Many of the skills I've learned that way. So if I can save my daughter from learning that way, I think I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Whoops. Tabernacle.
Hey, Shawnee.
Well, I clicked on Shawnee by accident because the conversation went shift, but the hubby and I just purchased two. Nice. Did you get two different sizes, like a hatchet and something more of a felling axe size? Mal, what I wanted to say was there are two axe sharpening videos you need to watch. One is Rooster's, the Rooster technique that he does with sandpaper. And the other is by Ben Orford, and he uses a stone and a Sharpie. He's not the only one who does that. It's a very sort of usual way of doing it, but that was the video that introduced me to the Sharpie and stone. And between that and Rooster, I don't know, Rooster, which of those videos of you doing that method would you suggest? Because there's a couple of videos of you doing that.
So I would need to go buy a few things in order to be able to sharpen it, because all I have is a rasp, a metal rasp, and a electric thingy. And
like a Dremel? Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't use the electrical one.
It's the one that's like, with the two rounds that spins on the table.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, that. Yeah, you could use that.
I have that.
Yeah, you could use that.
I have two of them.
When I've got to do a lot of work on an edge, I use a file. Obviously, go only in one direction to get it to where I kind of want it, and then I'll switch it up to either a stone or some sandpaper.
To do like the finishing work on it, sort of.
I like to get my bit to a high gloss. A, because I'm a fancy bitch, and B, no. The reason I do it is because the fewer scratches there are on your bit, the lesser. How do I say this grammatically? The less chance rust has to grab in there.
Yeah.
So I get it to a high gloss. I don't do hair popping sharp on an axe that's not going to be a carving axe, because I find that is very impressive when you've got a camera in front of you and you go, look at what I'm doing to this tissue paper. But that sharp creates, in my opinion, kind of a fragile edge, an edge that'll roll easier, or because it's the more like this you get, right? Like the less like this you get, the more like this you get, in my opinion, the less structural integrity is there. So for my camp axes, I like it sharp, but it doesn't have to be shaving sharp.
Gotcha. I'm going to show you a blade that I need to sharpen. Okay, you guys are going to laugh, but if you guys know what I can get for that one, because I really love this tool, I would really appreciate it.
Meanwhile, I'm going to put the link for anyone who wants to come on in the thing again, the thingaby, the side chatability. That made no sense, but that's okay. We're among friends here.
I left it outside in
like
winter.
A scythe? No.
It's a scythe. Yeah, it's a scythe. And so I left it outside, and so it's all rusted. I can hardly see it, huh?
Yeah, but who cares? Is it surface rust?
Yeah.
Then who cares?
It's surface rust. There you go.
Soak it in vinegar.
Soak it in vinegar?
Soak it in vinegar, and then have a go at it. But keep that tool oiled.
It still cuts a lot. Like, it's seriously, like, it would probably cut this cardboard. Oh, yeah. Very well.
Dennis Mal definitely needs a shock mount.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Here, let me show you this, guys.
Yeah, sorry. The paper went into it, so it's like right next to me because I was told I have to set it right next to my mouth. So vinegar. All right, I will set it into vinegar because I love this tool.
Are pretty sensitive. Like mine is away from me a bit here. It's not just off screen, right?
Yeah.
So it's like right there.
What kind of mic is that, Mel? Is that a condenser mic?
It's a USB condenser. Yeah, I think it's a Blue Yeti X. It's the oh wait, I don't even have the box anymore. It's not even on my box anymore. But yeah, it's the Blue Yeti X, the new one.
Yeah, Blue makes a whole bunch of those Yetis.
It's made by Logitech.
Yeah, because Logitech bought Blue mic, which is, in my opinion, kind of like Air Transat buying Air Canada. I was like, what? But anyway. Okay. Mal, this is for you. If you look on the Whiskey River YouTube channel and you look up the rooster method, Craig, if she looks for rooster method, it'll be there, right? Because I know that a lot of people call it that. I don't know if you call it that. But yeah, he also says you can sharpen with a file, which I do when it's something I need to really get in on. And here you go, table sander or belt sander. The thing is, with those electric sanders, I like to sort of do a little bit and then take it off, let it cool a little bit, because you don't want to ruin your temper, eh? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why, does she have a bad temper?
Well, that's what I've heard after a box of wine and a little karaoke.
Oh, we're going back there, are we?
Well, it's because I missed the live stream. And
I'm my gosh, you know what, guys? You guys made me karaoke on my last live stream. So
last live stream ever?
No, last week. Everybody asked.
And you never catch me singing Jesse's Girl on my live stream.
For good reasons, have never liked that song.
That's my go-to karaoke song, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, okay. Mal, here's the name: Sharpening an Axe with Rooster. At that video, that YouTube channel.
I was going to recommend that one. There is that the one where he takes the sanding paper and puts it on the drywall.
Okay, got it. 37 minutes. All right, it's going to be on my watch later.
Yeah. Somebody
subscribe.
You should. That's a cool channel. From stem to stern. Looks like somebody is on the market for some land.
Yeah, Colin's been looking for a new place because his landlord's being a total, since last year, It's just a total ass.
That's why we have this place. Did I tell you guys the story of how we ended up buying a house way before we were really able to? Is this going to be too boring? I'll make it real short. So we lived in a place. We were going on like 10 years. And it was a nice place in Point St. Charles, which is kind of a historical neighborhood here in Montreal. My family has a lot of links there because it used to be the Irish neighborhood. On one side of Grand Trunk Street, it was the Irish, and on the other side was the Scottish. So, of course, my family is all up on both of those sides. So we had this cool place. It was like a 40-second walk to the Lachine Canal, just terrific. But we kept sort of not really refusing rent increases, but saying, sure, increase our rent, but do some work on the place, will you? And at one point, and it was owned by a man, but run by his son, because the man lived in Toronto and the son lived here. And I think he was sort of testing his son's mettle to see if he could bring him in on the family business or some damn thing. And so we got, the son sent us an email saying, okay, we're going to raise your rent. And we sent him an email saying, listen, we're not going to accept that because of blah, blah, and blah. And so he then forwarded that to his dad, who is the actual owner. And the dad hilariously did a reply all instead of just reply.
Oh.
And saying, it's okay, accept their refusal. We'll find an excuse to get rid of them this year and those guys next door too.
Oh my god!
And so my missus, who deals with stuff like that on the day-to-day, said, "So we're okay for not accepting the raise, then, right?" And sent that off to both of them. And it's just like, we were on the market like that. This place came up for a great price. We bought it. It needs a lot of work in some ways, but because no. And that was just it. We were so tired of being dicked around by landlords. Even with the protections that we have here in Quebec, it's not worth it sometimes,
No.
Hey, monsieur. Oh, he's putting his headphones on.
Hey. I'm like getting comfortable here on my chair.
I saw I started with my head up here and I'm just like lounging more and more in this chair.
Oh yeah, I love my chair. I can go all the way down. Woo!
Yeah, Mal and whoa, you're gone. Mal and Jesse both got new chairs this year.
There we go. Hey guys, how's it going?
All is well. How are you?
Not too bad. I ended up buying. I wanted to start a podcast, so I ended up buying some new headphones with the mic and everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
So tell us about this axe you're gonna make.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm coming on unprepared. Give me a sec. There we go.
10 acres would be awesome, Colin.
I was just noticing that. I have no idea what that is in hectares, but I'm assuming that it's a nice big chunk of land. Lots of hardwoods. Excellent.
Nice.
All right. So a while back, sorry, cut everybody off. I don't know where we are. So a while back, I did a video on restoring an axe head.
Yeah.
And I was going to finish it off, but I ended up losing the axe head.
Oh.
Later on, this week, I ended up finding it again. So it's just a regular bearded axe head, and I kind of want to make into
There's no stamp or anything on that axe head, eh?
No, it's all rusted. This has been underground. I found it as I was trying to make a flower bed for Jill.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up finding a couple axe heads, old square nails, some sort of an old block or something like that. So everything looked like it's from about anywhere from 40 to 60 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no name brand or anything. If there was, it's rusted off. So
right.
Cool. So you're gonna get to that?
Sorry?
So you're gonna form it to that shape?
Well, I was just drawing out ideas. So this is, the butt end of it. This is the blade end.
Yep.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I've always
hopefully
wondered
that-
what's the advantage of having that like sort of like hole in there. Is it just for look, or does it really do something for like the aerodynamic or the way that you know?
That massively depends on what you're doing with the axe. For a carving axe, you love that, right? Because that means that you can get you can get right up there for control and stuff. I like when I'm carving, I spend a lot of time with my hand right up against, right up against that. For something like a battle axe, I don't know if there's any real, benefit, but
Lighter.
yeah, lighter.
maybe the impact of the strike.
I don't know.
Just
I don't know.
and that head there, it's about maybe 3 pounds. So it's
Not after you cut that big chunk out of it.
Yeah.
yeah. So because I got another one that's a little bit smaller. It's
Mhm.
maybe about 1.5 pounds.
Craig says allows you to choke up under the head, which is what I was talking about, and lightens the overall weight. Which
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know. I'm in a bit of a Viking kick lately. So like I've done like the primitive stuff as you were mentioning earlier, and I've been watching a lot of Viking history stuff on YouTube. So I went, okay, I want to try that, and just went from there.
But I wonder how many like authentic ancient Viking axes had that wicked beard on them versus how many were just sort of what certain other European. I'm trying to do this shape in the air, like just
Yeah.
Is it called? Is it literally called a beard?
Yeah, when the axe comes down like that, yeah.
Huh.
Like, okay, where is it? This part here would be the beard.
Huh.
And sometimes the beards, like, if you look at some of them, they like really drop down. And I just think it looks intimidating.
Yeah, I love the look.
How are you going to cut all that stock out of there? What are you going to use?
Angle grinder, maybe.
Yeah, with
I don't know.
Cutting blade on it.
So, I use an angle grinder for doing the knives and everything. So,
cool.
Hopefully that works. I think I showed you the knife, that I made last time.
I've seen a knife that you made, but I'm not sure if I saw the last one that you made.
Where is it? It's probably in the shop, but yeah, I've also been on a slingshot kick too. I've been making some of those. I actually, by watching Zachary Fowler's videos and him showing his Sparrow to the camera, I was able to get one roughly down to his specs. So that looks pretty cool too. So
yeah, I just want to show you guys I'm wondering if this is what you get with like a legit, because I've seen this in like archaeology and stuff, right? Whereas like the more bearded designs, that's all we get. That tiny little pic. No, come on, Jesse.
Oh yeah, I see that, the top one there. Yeah.
Now I do have a question though. For if you could zoom up on that middle one, Jess.
Yeah, it's actually this one right here. Boom.
Yeah, so that part of where the handle goes in?
Yeah, the eye.
The eye, and it comes down to like that point.
Yeah, the lug.
Right? Is that for show, or is it like what's that for?
Stability
Craig's here,
maybe?
and he knows way more than I. But I've always felt that lugged axes, whether it's the sort of the pointy look or the more round lugs on my Scandinavian axes, which one could say is the descendant of Viking axes. I feel that it gives a little more strength.
Okay.
Or stability, not strength.
Yeah, stability, right?
So
it doesn't go. Yeah.
which I feel is kind of missing on the Hudson's Bay style axes, right? Which just have this real sort of thin eye, and then the blade comes.
Speaking
so
of
that means
axes,
I would have to put one here, right? Sort of deal.
Well, I mean, if you're leaving it all the way down at the bottom there, you don't have to put lugs in at all. Or you could just round off the bottom and create lugs that way.
Okay. Because I'm looking at that one, the way I drew it. I'm thinking like if I'm holding it with the axe handle, won't it like slam against the hand if I like try to choke up
No,
like he was saying there? No.
By the way, Craig says to you, Wood Pigeon, if you send me a photo of the axe with your drawing, I can offer some suggestions. And he's got an email address there. And believe me, you want to do that.
Okay. Like I just added him earlier on on Instagram there. If it's okay with him, I'll text him there.
Yo, Jess, how functional are those axes in terms of like real world scenarios?
chopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you chop a lot of wood. I see you going, I'm like, holy crap, he chops like.
Are you talking about my Scandinavian axes, or are you talking about like those Viking axes?
No, more like the Viking axes. Like I love the look of them, and I've looked at them a few times, thinking like should I fork out the cash and buy one, or is it more of something that I'm just going to have but not really use, or could it be actually used like in the real world scenario?
I'll be straight with you. Like if you're not talking about like a carving context, I'm skeptical.
Are you going into battle anytime soon?
Wow.
If I was, I wouldn't be using an axe. No.
Yeah, because
Wow.
Dave, like he chops a lot of wood.
Yeah, I feel that for what you're doing, Dave. Then because the Viking axes are never cheaper than a proven design that you know is going to work. Like I'll put my Gransfors or my Wetterlings, especially if we're talking about chopping, I give my Wetterlings a slight edge over my Gransfors because they have a slightly thicker wedge to them. So they're capable for chopping, but also really good for splitting. I know I mixed up my words there, but like for splitting, I give the edge to my Wetterlings a little bit. But I mean, there's no reason, unless you're doing what Wood Pigeon here is doing, he wants to make a Viking axe, legit, go for it. But I find that if you want good steel, you're paying through the nose. So why not just buy something that we all know, like a Gransfors Mall or something?
Well, like I said, like the reason why I'm doing it with this is because it was free, right? Like,
yeah,
it's an axe that I found in the ground, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I was thinking about it with this one is it's very heavily pitted because I'll flip it over to the other side.
By the way, Wood Pigeon, this is for you. The lugs give more surface area, says Craig, to the handle connection and allows lateral stress to be spread out across the grain.
Okay. So, because like I'm saying, it's heavily pitted, so it has that forged look. Right. And I think if I keep the forged look and sharpen it with I'm trying to make it like have it look aesthetically pleasing as well.
Yeah.
So
that pointed lug is part of the aesthetic, that. But Craig, Craig said that the photos I posted are Dane war axes, which are different than woodworking axes that the Vikings did use. So
like
I'll take
Cracker bushcraft. You said Dan Wolwack?
No, he uses a Russian axe, doesn't he? Let's see if I can find a Viking woodworking axe. Because it's
Russian axe. I have no idea. There's like so many type of axes. I'm learning a lot.
What style head was that to begin with? Was that just a felling axe or?
Yeah, I think so. Like here, like I didn't do anything except for like clean off
chopper,
the rust.
Right? Yeah.
So
I've seen a video on YouTube where the guy gave an axe a really cool finish that he was restoring. He used a Dremel tool with a grinder on it.
It just made all
like
the
a carbide, and he did all the divots, and then he blued it.
Yeah. I said
and then he sanded the surface.
that's what gave me the idea for this one, because I'm like, well, that's one step I have to, I could skip because it's already, it's already done.
That's sweet looking. Yeah, look at that. Eh?
Nicely done.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to do in the handle too.
That looks like one of those Northmen axes or something.
I just Googled Russian axe.
But here, take a look at this. Oh, okay. So just going off what Craig was saying, these are some
I like that first one.
Ancient, like Viking age woodworking axes. So, I mean, obviously, he's right that beard was there. I would love to know what the use of this one is. I kind of know what that one was used for, but that looks interesting.
That first one there that you're pointing at, I wonder if I could get 2 of those in that.
2 for 1. Eh?
Yeah, like if I do it like safely and go down, you know what I mean? That would be kind of cool.
Oh, excuse me.
So, because that's another thing I think about when I do projects like this is, could I get like extra bits for later on, or am I going to just, go for the one, So
it's a cool thing that you found there, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So try to utilize everything, because think about it, if I go like here, go all the way across, right? This way I could be a smaller bit, but I'd be able to.
The one that you've got there, that drawing looks like a cross between one of those Viking axes and like the Finnish, whatever it's called, the socketed axe, because it sort of comes down, and you've still got the full width for where the eye is.
Yeah.
Yeah. A problem with doing that too, wood pigeon, is the taper of the eye on it, right?
Yeah.
The taper of the eye for the
on the inside here.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's gonna taper from one end to the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you try to do a two out of one there, you're gonna end up with a bit of problem there, probably.
Absolutely. But I do want to get back to what Dave was asking. Like, for the amount of chopping of splitting you do, Dave, look at how narrow, how little metal you have where the eye is on these like ancient things.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I was thinking of it just not even so much for chopping, but just for me, I guess, like I look at more function over fashion, but I do like the look of those Viking axes, and I think they're super cool.
Oh, I do too.
Maybe like hacking off some little branches or something,
like
on a tree.
Actually, Jess, if you look at the description below the axe, like those axe profiles, it tells you what the axes were used for. Logs were radically split.
Yeah.
Right, so they're probably very thin. Obviously, like that axe.
Into planks.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's.
I can't wait till the show next week with Rooster there. I'm going to learn a ton here.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah.
I wish that you and I were on different days, man. I really do, because I'd be all about that show. Hell, I'd be on screen telling you how it's done. And then Craig would be like, yeah, okay, but only in these 2 cases. In these other cases, you're wrong, Jess. And I'd be like, okay.
It's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm back at work tomorrow, so I'm going to shut her down. So thanks to everyone who hung out on screen. Thanks to everyone who hung out in the side chat. To any of you, as I said, who are joining us time shifted to tomorrow or next week. Thank you for spending your time with me and my friends. Between now and the next time we see each other, everybody please stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, and be kind to one another.
All right.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Cheers.